Test, test. That'll be it. Starting here in a minute, guys. All right, good morning, everybody. We'll go through the markets here so we can find some levels, see what's going on. US dollar on the weekly chart is still in this wedge formation here. Looks like it's pushing that lower half. I'm not sure if we'll get a close below it and a push lower, or if it's going to be rejected again. Just have to see what happens this week. But on the daily chart, you can see we're just kind of working this lower half of the range right now. We tried to make a run up yesterday and it failed, came back down. We took out last week's low and we came back up. So as long as it stays above this low here, we can look for some higher prices, possibly up into the upper end of this wedge that we have here. And I would look for this consolidation. So as long as we stay above this low here, which comes around 88.90. If we stay above 88.90, I would look for higher prices up into this consolidation area, possibly 89.75, somewhere in there. It'd be nice if it actually holds right here. It could kind of sweep below. Let's go down to an hourly chart. Could sweep below these lows here a little bit and then find a rejection, but I actually would like it to hold this this price right here and start working its way up. So right now, from where we're at now up to this consolidation, you have about 53 pips or so to work with. But it all depends on holding that support level there. If it starts breaking down, we're going to start testing this low here. And if it really starts going down there, I think it would just kind of keep coming down and maybe testing this low. So we'll kind of wait and see what happens on that dollar right now. Again, on the weekly chart, we're still in this consolidation range. So I might want to pop back up a little bit if it's going to make a run lower to the 86, 80 level. It may want to come up a little bit more and then take a shot down. So that's dollar. Let's look at dollar Japanese yen. I'm still looking for some higher prices on this actually. Not much, just come up into this consolidation at least. On the weekly chart, we've come down and we have the support level that we're just kind of bouncing off of right now. So if we can get above this 107 43 level, we could look for prices come on up here to the 108 980 level, somewhere in there. But right now we'll just have to wait and see. If it breaks below yesterday's low, I think we're probably going to see some lower prices, possibly testing this low here, the beginning of the month lows. So we'll see what happens on this low here. We never sweat these lows like I was looking for, so I might want to come down here if it's going to take a shot up. But we have all this liquidity down here, all these levels that haven't been touched yet, so we could possibly have a head and shoulders formation beginning right now. This is a 4-hour chart, so be mindful of that. Here would be the neckline. So I'll break below this line here. You could look for something like this. Down to the 105, 106 level, somewhere in here. So just kind of keep an eye on that and see what happens on yen. But overall on yen, I really would like it to kind of come up into this level. I just don't know if it's going to. It looks like it's still bullish. We're still making higher highs, still making lower lows. So, it's really bullish until it breaks down below yesterday's low. Then we might be able to coming down into here. Gold still in this consolidation range. I'm still looking for it to get above this 1365 level and trade up to the 1430 level. Until it really gets above that and holds, I'm really not too interested. Looks like it's making a run up to these highs here. If you look, this high here and this high here are equal. So it's a good chance that prices at least going to come up into here, and we'll see what happens. But if you're day trading gold, I would be looking for buys right now. It's still pretty bullish, still making higher highs. We're kind of in an area right now where you might see a pullback, but we'll see what happens on that. But overall, I'm kind of waiting until, if I can get a move up into this level, I would look for that. I don't see anything today on it. It could come back down into this consolidation, and then we could get some support back up. So this is hourly chart. We have, this consolidation. Price comes back down in here. You could look for, on the hourly chart, pivot low or a swing low to form, and you could look for a trade up to there. That's 1800, 1900 pips on that, or 180 or 190 pips on that. Excuse me. So that's gold right now. I'm still bullish on it. Euro, US dollar, looks like it's trying to break out of this wedge. Still bumping up against that 162 extension, from this high to this low, extending it up. This is a weekly chart, so it's consolidating and we're breaking out. We'll see if we get a nice close this week out of this consolidation. That would be somewhat of an indicator that this might go higher. If this comes up and then it breaks down, then we're going to be testing this 1.220 level down here. So I really want to find support above that extension level, and we'll start targeting these highs. Pound, looks like it came above this high here, which is, that was 3 months ago or so, and it rejected. So we might be looking for some lower prices on this. So I think this high here, we kind of touched it down here, but I think it might need to retouch that. So 1.41, somewhere in here, price might come down to. So you could possibly look for some shorts going down. If this makes a low right here, then you're gonna be looking for higher prices. But I don't know, just looking at this, I'm kind of anticipating price to come down below this low here. If it comes down below here, it'll probably come down and maybe retest this high. So keep an eye on that. But that would mean, let's see, yeah, then you're looking for a stronger dollar. So that depends. If dollar gets strong and wants to work its way back up, if it does find support here, that would lead to that bearish pound move down. So you want to keep an eye on the dollar, see what it's going to do here. This dollar Turkish lira, I was talking with someone a couple weeks ago, or last week I believe, and they were asking about swing trades on it. And I just laid out these levels. It looks like the dollar Turkish lira looks like it's going to come down and test this 4.02 level. So keep an eye on that. If you're trading that, I just kind of kept this up here because someone was asking about it. So I was kind of curious what it was going to do. We talked about looking for, at these levels, a 3-bar swing low to look for longs, because this is such a strong currency pair. You would definitely want to be buying it. And the spread on this, well, that's probably not too bad. You could day trade this, I guess, or at least have a day or two trade on it. You could trade this down to this level. Looking at this, came down. I don't know. I would wait. I just look for buys on this just because it's so strong. So if it comes down to this 4.02 level, I would look for some support and trade that up. And I think on the euro Turkish lira, it's coming down to this 4.97 level. So I wouldn't be surprised if this gets tested and then maybe find support and then look for a trade up on that. So that brings us to the S&P. Let's see here. So S&P has made its nice run up here, and I was looking for price to come to this low, and it swept through it already pretty aggressively. And my next area was this little consolidation here, right in the middle of this. From this low to this high, we're basically in the middle of it. So the S&P right now, I'm looking for either some consolidation or a slight retracement down. And we'll just have to wait and see, because it's had a nice run up. Yeah, right in this consolidation right here. Hit it almost perfect right in the middle of this. So I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the 26, 97 level, and then possibly finds a little support. But we might just be getting, in this area, we might just get some sort of consolidation like this. I'm not sure how long it will last, but I would look for, if this makes a high right now, I would look for some support here and just a little bit of consolidation in that range between 17, 18, and this 26.96 level, 95, somewhere in there. On the lower time frame, yeah, I would like this low to get broken. If this low gets broken today, let's zoom in a little bit. if this low right here gets broken, 2709, I think that would be an indication that we could possibly see some sort of run down to that 96, 95 level. So we'll kind of watch this today and possibly tomorrow and see if we can get some sort of retracement move down here. And then I would be looking for some sort of a swing low to form and look for some more buys. But we never came down and tagged these equal lows right here. And we are in, put a retracement up. We're right at around that 61.8 retracement level. So it wouldn't be out of the question to see some sort of a pullback in this area, because a lot of people are looking at these Fibonacci levels and there's going to be some selling pressure on this. We took out a high here and we moved down pretty aggressively, and now we're coming back up into that area that price took out that high at. So on the daily, I wouldn't mind seeing a 3 candle formation form, swing high, and then possibly start looking for some lower prices down. We do have all this consolidation here that would be a little bit more difficult to get through, but that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. It does have room to come up still, and on the daily we're obviously looking at some bullish price action. So price still could come up. Yeah, I'm just looking at kind of where price is bouncing around. We've got a low here, these weekly candles in that area. The 2750 level isn't a bad place for price to continue up to. You kind of see how price meanders in this area here. We got a wick up, a wick down. You kind of see how price reacts around that price level. So you want to keep an eye on that. Price might want to gravitate up to there, but this is also an area that you could look for some sort of pullback. So that's kind of where I'm at on S&P. It's just an area where I feel there should be some sort of a slight pullback, and you can make some intraday trades down into that 26.95 level, but I would want this low to break first, and then look for some sort of resistance, and then you could possibly take a short there. But it could just consolidate in this area too. Between that high and that low, this could be a consolidation range. So we just want to be careful. When you have a nice run up like that, it tends to not just pull back real fast. It usually will consolidate a little bit, and you want to just keep an eye on that and kind of get an idea of which way it may want to go. So that's about all I have for levels today. The 4-hour chart. So S&P, yeah, my lower level right now, just intraday this week, is 96.95, and on the upside, I'm kind of looking at this little wick high here. It could come up to the 27.45 level, somewhere in there. So you got an upside and a low side objective. You just have to find some support levels in there to support your trade either way. So watch dollar yen today and tomorrow. See if we break this low, and we could look for some lower prices down into the 106 level, possibly. If it breaks this high and finds support up here, then we're going to be testing this high here. But actually, man, yeah, I mean, yen is something that I just not really sure which way it's going. So it really is an intraday trade for me because I can make a case for sells and I can make a case for buys on this right now. So it all depend on this low right here. See what happens. If we find support and it breaks this high, then we'll go higher. If it breaks this low, comes up, finds resistance, then we're looking at the lower prices. And again, you want to keep an eye on the dollar. See if this is going to find support here for higher prices on that. See what's pound doing. Everything's just kind of sitting right now. If you want to go short, I think you want price to be contained above. You don't want it going higher today. On the euro dollar, I think you want this to be the high of the day if you're short today. I really don't think it needs going higher than that. If it does, it's probably going to test these highs and possibly go higher. But from here, if this makes a swing high, yeah, yeah, it's interesting. In the weekly chart, just all these wicks. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this week on if we can get a nice bullish candle close outside of this area, and then we'll see what happens early next week. If it retraces really quickly and aggressively and through this consolidation, then we know which way it's going to go. We're going down to the 120 level. If it holds and gets another strong move up, then we'll probably be looking. This could run a long way. $1.33. Yeah, like that's a long way out. This is a weekly chart, but so euro dollars. Keep an eye on the dollar. See what it's going to do. I actually like this as kind of a swing high. We'll see what happens on the hourly chart. Um, let's do it on the 15-minute. Break it down. Yeah, I don't think it needs to go higher than this today. Anything closes above this high and it's going to go higher, but if we don't get a close above this high, it might wick up there, but I don't think it needs to. You might see some more prices, but I don't know. I wouldn't trade it. Gold's strong today. Gold's gonna be reaching up for this 1365 level. I would like to come back down into this equal this high here and look for a trade up on this, but it looks like it may just be breaking away. You may not get that trade. Looks like dollar's breaking down, so that means euro would probably stay strong, and it looks like it's gonna probably take that high out. Pounds just kind of sitting there. So just keep an eye on those levels, guys. Of all these setups, I guess dollar yen, if it breaks below this low, would be my favorite. Just kind of come down and test these lows. But everything else, if we get some sort of retracement on gold, I'd like to buy it. You know, a retracement to get up to the 1365 level. Euro, I don't like anything on that right now, but it looks pretty strong, so we'll see what happens. You know, and euro, I mean, you have all this room, so just wait and see what it wants to do, and gives you something clear to trade, and then you can trade it, but just wait on it and let it show its hand. Right now, I don't. Someone might understand what this is doing right now, but I don't. And S&P is what I normally focus on and trade. So I'll be watching this area here. And really, if it trades above this box, so it's just a swing low to the swing high, I'll be looking for longs today. If we can get below here, I'll be looking to trade this down to the 26.95 level. So that's what I'll be looking for today. Pound, we talked about maybe coming down here, but with dollar being so weak right now, that doesn't help your pound short trade. Turkish lira, probably making its way down here for my friend that trades at. Euro, Turkish lira, down to 4.97. And that's all I got for you today, guys. So keep an eye on those levels. See what happens. Again, we're still in the consolidation, so just kind of keep it tight. Don't get too crazy on this. You can see this on the 4-hour chart on the dollar. I mean, taking out this low, taking out this high, taking out a low, taking out a high, taking out a low, taking out a high. It's just taking stops up and down right now. So there's really no direction. So you just gotta be careful. The last one we took out this low and it came back up. So that might be a signal if it takes out this low now, then we might be heading down. But it already took out this low and it came up. So you want to find, if you're bullish, you want it to find support right now and then work up and take out this high. So I'll keep an eye on that. All right, I'm not gonna take up any more of your time today, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Just be careful. There's nothing on my end that screams trade me today, so I'll probably just be watching S&P intraday and seeing if something pops up for a scalp or so. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good day.